Everyone believed the lie, except one quiet rancher. In the dry bowl of Red Willow Valley, where dust settled like old secrets and the wind remembered every wrong ever done, lies traveled faster than horses. By the time the sun rose, stories were already old, twisted, sharpened. And when the town decided what it believed, it rarely changed its mind. Everyone believed the lie about Eli Turner. Everyone, except one quiet rancher who kept to himself and watched more than he spoke. Eli Turner had arrived in Red Willow with nothing but a lean bay horse and a past he refused to explain. He took work fixing fences, mending roofs, breaking stubborn colts. He paid his debts, nodded politely, and left early. That should have been enough. But in a town built on gossip and fear, silence looked like guilt. When cattle began disappearing from the valley's north end, eyes turned quickly toward the outsider. The lie began small, as most lies do. A ranch hand swore he saw Eli riding near the north fence at dusk. Another claimed Eli asked too many questions about brands. A third said his horse was too well fed for a man who earned so little. Sheriff Collins listened, nodding gravely, already convinced. Red Willow had been burned before by trusting the wrong man. This time, they told themselves, they wouldn't be fooled. Only Samuel Reed didn't join the chorus. Samuel owned the last ranch at the edge of the valley, a stretch of stubborn land that grew more rocks than grass. He was a man people forgot to notice, broad-shouldered, slow-moving, with eyes the color of river stones. He spoke rarely, and when he did, it was to ask simple questions. Folks mistook that quiet for ignorance. They were wrong. Samuel had noticed things. He noticed that the tracks near the north fence ran east, not west, and Eli's place lay west. He noticed that the missing cattle all belonged to men who owed money to the same buyer in Ridge Creek. He noticed that the brands on the recovered hides had been cut sloppy, as if the cutter was in a hurry, or didn't care to be careful because he knew blame would fall elsewhere. When Eli was arrested, the town gathered as if for a show. Sheriff Collins paraded him down Main Street, wrists bound, head high. Eli didn't protest. He only looked tired. Angry men shouted. Women whispered. Children learned what hate sounded like. Samuel stood apart, hat low, watching the way Collins avoided meeting his eyes. The trial was swift. Evidence was thin but loud. Witnesses repeated rumors as if they were scripture. Eli's silence was taken as confession. The judge, a man who feared disorder more than injustice, set the sentence. Eli would hang at dawn. That night, Samuel saddled his horse. He rode north under a moon cut thin as a blade, following the tracks no one else bothered to read. Near the old ravine, he found what he expected, a hidden pen, fresh droppings, and a brand iron cooling in the dirt. The mark on it wasn't Eli's. It belonged to a man named Marcus Hale, the biggest buyer in Ridge Creek, and the one holding half the valley in debt. Samuel didn't rush back. He waited. Just before dawn, he watched Hale's men arrive, driving a small herd hard and fast. When Hale himself appeared, counting heads and cursing the dust, Samuel stepped out of the shadows with a rifle resting easy in his hands. Hale laughed, until Samuel spoke. He spoke quietly, naming dates, places, debts, routes. He spoke of tracks and brands and bribes paid to Sheriff Collins, whose brother worked for Hale. He spoke until Hale's laughter dried up and his men shifted nervously. Samuel told them to ride back to town. He told Hale to follow. And because the truth has a weight no lie can carry, they did. The square was filling when they arrived. The gallows stood ready. Eli waited beneath it, rope loose around his neck, eyes on the horizon. When Samuel dismounted and spoke Hale's name, the crowd murmured. When Hale tried to deny it, Samuel tossed the brand iron onto the dirt. It landed with a dull, honest sound. Samuel didn't raise his voice. He didn't insult or threaten. He laid the truth out piece by piece, the way a man lays stones for a wall that will last. He named the sheriff's bribe. He pointed to the tracks he'd followed. He called men forward to look at the iron, the hides, the marks they knew by heart. Silence spread. Then anger, hot, sharp, redirected. Sheriff Collins was disarmed. Hale was bound. The judge ordered a new hearing, though no one doubted the outcome now. Eli was cut free, his legs weak, his breath shaky. He looked at Samuel with something like disbelief. I didn't know anyone would care, Eli said. Samuel shrugged, small and human. Didn't need to care, he replied. Just needed to pay attention. Red Willow changed after that, though not all at once. Lies don't die easily, they starve when people stop feeding them. Samuel returned to his rocky ranch. Eli stayed, working openly now, speaking when he wished. Folks nodded more thoughtfully. They asked questions before making claims. And when a new rumor started, as rumors always do, someone would say, "Let's hear what Samuel Reed thinks." Because everyone remembered the day they believed a lie, and the quiet rancher who didn't.